Hello and welcome to my North Knit Corner. This is a knitting podcast where I share about my knitting and my projects and a little bit about life. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. And this is my little knitting corner. I hope you will join me for a little while. I hope you have something good to drink. Today I have some coffee. And yeah, let's just jump right to it. What am I wearing? I am wearing a Tarasu Sleepover by Petiteknit. I knitted this in the start of this year. Yeah. So I don't know the colors because that was before I found Ravelry and put in my project there. And yeah. But it's knitted in Sandnes Alpakka Ull, which is 65% alpaca and 35% wool. And also knitting for olive soft silk mohair, which is 70% mohair and 30% silk. And I am very happy with this. I love this twisted stitch. Twisted rim and also this on the sides. Really happy with this sleepover. It got a bit felted when I washed it, but I don't mind. It makes it even better, I think. So that's okay. And I'm very happy with this. Yes. And I have some finished objects to show you as well. Last time I showed you that I had started just a little bit on an Ankers hat by Petiteknit. And you can find that pattern free on Ravelry. At least you could. I think you still can. And it's really easy. It's the known Ankers pattern and very easy knit. This I knitted for my husband for his birthday. And it's knit in Sandnes Sunday, which is 100% merino, and Dale Tynn Kidsilk Erle, which is 53% mohair, 34% silk, and 13% wool. And yeah, really easy knit. I wanted something, I wanted to cast on something that was finished fast. Yeah, I was a bit tired that nothing got finished, so I had to have an easy project. And my husband got a hat for his birthday, so I think he was happy. And I am finished with my Horisont Sjal by Susie Hauman. And I believe she has designed this for Gull, which is someone that dye yarn in Denmark with plants. And yeah, so I bought my yarn from them. So it's the original yarn for the pattern, and it's the New Zealand lammeull and embroidery yarn or thread, and it looks like this. I'm very happy with this shawl. I think it's very fun with the colors. I think it looks like crayons, like you have colored with crayons. I think that's really fun. So very happy with this. It was a very easy knit, and it's been like my chatting knit when I'm out on a coffee shop or visiting someone. Yeah, very fun. And I, even though it's easy, I've done some mistakes, but I really don't care. You see, it's a bit uneven down there, but that's okay. I don't care. Yeah. Let me see if I can take it on without hitting my microphone. So, oh, it's not very nice. But it's a very good shawl. It's a very rustic yarn. And even though I washed it, it smells like sheep. But I think that's kind of cozy. I like the sheep scent. Yeah. And maybe it's a bit too rustic if you're like very itchy, but I think it's okay. I like it. So I'm gonna use this a lot this winter. Yeah. That was my Horizon shawl. And next I have to turn my page here. It's the Ankers tee. Also by Petiteknit. It's the Ankers tee with a long sleeve. It's right here. It's a bling yarn, a glitter yarn. The yarn is called Glitter Merino, and it's hand dyed by a Norwegian dyer called Kvitlammet or white lamb. And the color is called Jane's Roses, and it's merino and a little bit of stellina in it, so it's really sparkly. But I really like it. And like you can see, I have changed the straight stitches, and I made them twisted instead, because I saw a Norwegian podcaster that has done that, and I thought it was so nice, so I wanted to try that too. So you see, it's a little bit different than straight stitch, so I twisted it, but I think it's very nice. I had some issues because I couldn't get gauge. I went down to 2 millimeters and I still didn't get gauge, and I almost gave it all up, but then I thought I have to be able to calculate out how much or how many stitches I had to cast on, because I wanted it so much. And so I googled, and I found on a Norwegian page something called the knitting school, and it was like a chart, a stitch chart, and you can see in with the one column it was like how many stitches per 10 centimeters you were going to have, or what was going in the pattern. and how many stitches you were supposed to cast on in the, yeah, like this. Don't know what is this. Yeah, anyway, you looked at the number of stitches you were going to get, or have the gauge. Sorry about all the words. I hope you understand what I mean. Gauge how many, and how many stitches you were going to cast on, and then you went up to, or down to the gauge you got. So if it was 24 in the pattern and I got 20, I had to go up, and it said how many stitches I had to cast on. Yeah, a long explanation. But anyway, I did that, and it worked out perfectly. When I was going to split for the sleeves and the body, I needed some help from my husband. Luckily, he's a good math guy. He knows math, so he helped me figure out how many stitches for the arms and stuff. So I'm very happy with this. It's a little bit much fabric here in the arms, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't bother me so much. Yeah, I was really pleased with this. Sparkly Ankers, and I put it in the Ankers Obsessed Cal, which is finished now, I think. It was fiber bound and this nanny knit, so I had this cal, and I just made it before it was over, so that was fun. And I have started on some Christmas presents. I think I said that last time. I have to knit some Christmas presents. I knitted one. I have a few left, but I'm getting there. I've started. So I've knitted some mittens. It's called the Ve-mittens. It's by a lady called Bitta Mikkelborg. And I have a book in Norwegian which is called Bittas votter or Bittas mittens. And yeah, these are for my mother-in-law, and they are made in the yarn Dagmar from Permin. And Dagmar is the name of my mother-in-law, so I thought that was really fun to knit in a yarn with the same name. It's 70% merino, 25% polyamide, and I also used a thread of Dale Tynn Kidsilk Erle, which is mohair, or silk and mohair, and a little bit of wool. Yeah. And the color for Dagmar is 889309, and in the mohair is 4001. Yeah, I will write everything below. And I don't know if you can get this yarn everywhere, but Dale is Norwegian, and Permin, I wonder, is it Danish? Not sure, really. Yeah. But anyway, and I used some bling, a thread of Madeira metallic, yeah, in the color 324, to get some bling into this mittens, because I thought that was a little bit of fun. And this pattern was with a lot of holes, so you might think it's gets cold, but I don't think so. They are very warm, and I think they're okay for when it's not the coldest days, maybe. Like town mittens, when you're dressing up, going out on the town. Yeah, so I hope she can have this and enjoy them for Christmas. All right, do I have something more? No, that was all my finished objects this time. 4? That's not so bad. That's good. Yeah. Pleased with that. Okay, so I have some whips, of course. I have the No Frill Sweater by Petiteknit. It's the thread, Petiteknit. I really enjoy her designs. They are really easy to understand, and yeah, they're very usable. Yeah, not sure that that's the right word, but yeah, you can use them for everything. Yeah. Anyway, No Frill by Petiteknit. And I showed you last time. And I think I had split for the sleeves then. And so I just knitted like a little bit here. A few centimeters. But it's like also a shet in it. So I use this if I'm going somewhere, like on a visit or in a coffee shop, to knit on, because it's only stockinette now for a while, so it's really easy to bring around. And it's knit in drops baby merino. It's in the color 01, but I have hand dyed it myself, or speckled with some colors. So it's kind of like a sprinkle sweater. I think of a cake with sprinkles when I see it. But I like it. It was what I was going for, so that's okay. It's a little much of the orange color, but yeah, I can live with that. I think it's fun. Yeah, and it's really soft. So I'm looking forward to finish this, but it's not high on my priority list. And I cast on something new since last time. Finally, because this is a sweater that I have been wanting for a year at least. I saw it on a Norwegian podcast and just thought I really want that sweater. But as I've told you before, I'm not very good at multicolor knitting. So I have been a little bit afraid of it. But then I knitted the Farge t-shirt, which I have shown you before, with 3 colors, I think it is. And it went okay-ish. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. I got a gift card for my birthday and I just ran to the local yarn store and bought the yarn I needed for this sweater. So, it's called Overwintring. It's by a designer called Anja Ødegaard, and she goes by the name Aftenstrikk on Instagram. And it's knitted in Rauma fin ull, which is 100% Norwegian wool. And it's very, very rustic. So if you're very sensitive, I don't think this is the yarn for you, maybe, but I think it's totally fine. It also smells like sheep. I love it. And I have started on it. It's just not much, but it's a start. Very, very pleased with it. And what is it's so fun because it's such a good yarn to knit with, and I think it gets really even, and I don't think that's my doing. I think it's the yarn. I don't know, it's just so it looks okay. Do you think it looks okay? I'm really happy with this. So I think maybe it's a chance that it will be an okay sweater, even though I'm not very good at multicolored knitting. But it's only two threads at a time, so that's okay, I think. But yeah, really enjoying this knit. And I really want to knit on only this, but I can't because I need to get some Christmas presents done. I just need to do it, and I want to do it, of course, but the knitting list is so long, and I really want to knit everything and be done with it now. I want it now. I love the process, but I also love the finished object. So yeah, but definitely going to be knitting on this every chance I get. And the colors I am using, like I said, it's Rauma fin ull. This is the main color, and that's light gray, and the color number is 0403. And I have this is dark forest. It's the color number 0486. And I have this, which is blue gray, and it's the color 4006. And this, which is light heather, 0473. So I am very pleased with the colors, and I think it's going to be a very, very nice sweater. So I really want to knit on this, but I have to wait a little bit. I have to get something else done before I can continue. But I have cast it on, very happy with that. All right. And I have some socks on my needles. Or I have one finished sock. The other sock I haven't started yet. But I have to do that really soon, because if not, you know, there's not going to be a second sock. So I have to do that really soon. And it's in this color. It's yarn that I've hand dyed myself. It's sock yarn, 75% 25. 75-25. And this is just a plain sock. I have no pattern for it, but yeah, it's just 10 rounds of ribbing, 30 rounds of stockinette, and then what's it called, reinforced heel. Yeah, so it's an easy, just a plain sock. And these colors are like fall or Halloweeny for me. It's not, you know, here in Norway, Halloween is not as big naturally, because it's no tradition for Halloween here in Norway. But it's coming more and more every year, thanks to the business side of it. I'm not a very Halloweeny person, but I like the colors. I love pumpkin pie and pumpkin spice latte, my favorite. So yeah, and there's a Norwegian podcaster who has a Halloween knit along, so I thought maybe I could join with these socks. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. I think it's turned out nice, but I have to knit another one, so it will happen. And then I have a second sock and a half. Ooh. In my little panda sock bag from my friend Marit in the podcast Dilla på strikk. It's a Norwegian podcast. And she makes these beautiful bags. A little panda on. Yes. And October here in Norway is like the pink month. It's the breast cancer awareness month, and maybe it's other places in the world as well, not just here. But there's a Norwegian podcast that has knit along. She started it last year. She had a knit along and she raised money for the breast cancer foundation or the cancer foundation. And she's doing the same this year. So there's we call it the rosa samstrikk, which is pink cal. Yes. And of course I had to join because raising money for cancer research is close to my heart because as I've told you before, or if you've been here before, you know that I had cancer myself 11 years ago, or 12 years ago now. And it was not breast cancer, but it was lymphoma. And if I had a cousin who had lymphoma in the 90s, and because there was not enough research yet, he didn't make it. But because I was lucky and got it after a few years of research, I got some chemotherapy that worked brilliantly, even though chemotherapy is not very much, it's not recommended. But it's what kills the cancer. And because of research and because people gave money for research, I am still here. And so that's why it's important for me. And yeah, so I wanted to join in this cal, the pink cal, and so I knitted a sock in pink. And it's the, let me see, Ephemeral Stream Mystery Sock by Very Busy Monkey. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's been like a mystery knit along once, I think, because it's in 4 clues, so it's 4 PDF files. And when I printed it out, it was like 30 pages for a sock. But it's a really good explained, so yeah, I can recommend the pattern. And this yarn is also a sock yarn, and I have dyed it myself, which is fun. And yeah, one sock. It's not been blocked. It's just put on to show you. So I think maybe the structure will come better when I've washed and blocked it. And yeah, here it is. No, it's not. Where it is? No, where it is? Where is it? I don't know. I promise you, I've started the other one. I thought it was in here, but it's not. It's walked away somewhere. But anyway, I have started, and I'm like here on the second sock. Promise. Oh, it's here. I see it. Ta-da! See? Wasn't lying. So I will finish this maybe today or tomorrow. It's a really fast knit, and it's fun because something new is happening all the time. So, yep. Something pink. yes, that was all my whips. So let's go to some acquisitions. Because I have been watching the lovely Brie in Knit & Spin with Brie here on YouTube. And she dyes yarn and she spins and she has an Etsy shop. And I really wanted to buy something from her. And lucky me, got some money for my birthday. And I thought, okay, that's what I want. I want to order some yarn from Brie. And I did. And I got it in the mail a while ago. And I am just so in love with this yarn. Can't wait to knit with it. So I bought this beautiful yarn. And her company is called DoodleBugYarnShop. And this is a sock yarn, 75/25. And the colorway is called November. And it's just the perfect name for this color. Because this is how it's looking outside right now and in November. At least here in Norway. The colors of the leaves and yeah, it's perfect. And I'm going to knit this into a shawl called the Uptown Shawl, which is by Susie Hauman. And I saw, I think it was Fiberbound that Alexandra that showed it on her podcast. And yeah, I've decided to knit that shawl with this gorgeous yarn. Wow, it's so beautiful. I love it. And I bought also a hand spun yarn, by Brie. In it's beautiful yarn. It's 80% merino and 20% Tusa silk. So gorgeous. Really love it. Can't wait to knit with it. This I don't know what I'm going to knit with, but I just thought it was so beautiful. So I really wanted to have it in my life. And now I do. Lucky me. So I'm very open for suggestions. Yeah, if you know something I can knit that would be perfect for this yarn. And the very generous Brie, she sent another yarn for me as a gift. So thank you so much, Brie. I am just so lucky, and yeah, thank you. And it's 100% BFL, and I've never knitted with BFL before, so I'm very excited. Doesn't have a name, I think, but it's gorgeous. Look at these beautiful colors. Oh, thank you so much, Brie, and thank you for the kind words that came with the yarn. And I also got a tea, and I got some stitch markers, and I think I will just put a picture at the end of my episode so you can see them. So it's not so easy to show you here. Yeah. So, DoodleBugYarnShop on Etsy. Go check it out and check out her podcast. It's so nice. She's just so sweet, and it's so much fun to see the spinning. Even though I don't spin, I think it's so much fun to watch, and also watching knitting. So go check her out. Thank you, Ree. Thank you so much. And I also was lucky. I won a giveaway also from a Norwegian podcast. It's a lot of Norwegian podcasts as well. I watch a lot of podcasts, both Norwegian and from abroad. And I won from a Norwegian podcast that's called Borgøystrik. It's two lovely ladies who has a podcast. And they had a giveaway, and I got a lovely card with some nice words on. It's made in a Norwegian prison by inmates. And I got this beautiful yarn. It's from Spøtegarn. And it's 100% superwash merino in the colorway blueberry. Very, very nice. So I was so lucky, and I got a stitch marker with their podcast name on it. So that was really, really nice. So thank you, ladies, even though I don't think you watch my English podcast, but very, very thankful for this. Yeah, I think that, no, one more thing. There was this lovely lady who contacted me on Instagram. She watches my Norwegian podcast, and she wanted to give me a project bag. And I have a little ongoing on my Norwegian podcast, so one of them will be a prize there, but I thought I could show you anyway. She sent me this lovely card. Her name is Sylvie, called Strikkekrokenpod on Instagram. And she wrote some nice words for me. So that was really heartwarming. I really appreciate getting feedback on my podcasts and what I do here in my little corner. So that was really nice. But she makes beautiful, beautiful project bags. So I wanted to show you. Here's one. So she sent one for me and one for a prize for the I have a Christmas knit along on my Norwegian podcast. So here is one. It's with like a drawstring, and it is nice. So, and inside is this beautiful fabric and pockets. So it was really nice. And this really fun one with owls. I think I want to keep this one for myself. I really thought they were really fun. And white and black and the same drawstring and also pockets inside. Very, very nice. And she sells her project bags. She has her own she sells them on Instagram on an account called Strikkekrokenpod, so I can link it under my episode. She makes these beautiful, beautiful bags. So thank you so much, Sylvie. I don't think you watch this podcast, but anyway, thank you. So that was that. Yeah. Ooh, cold coffee. I talk too much. Yeah, I don't have too much plans. Or I do. That's not true. I do have some plans, but it's the Christmas presents, you know. I have some presents done, but I need to do some more. And I have a sweater I have started called the December sweater. which is for December. So I have to do it before December because I want to use it as a Christmas sweater. And I want to start the Uptown shawl in this beautiful yarn from Brie. So that's my plans. All right, sorry about that. That was my son who came home from school. He had a test in math, a verbal test in math. So he just had to tell me how it went. And it went very well. He got the best mark, so that's good. Yes, I was finished talking about plans, I think. Christmas presents, Uptown shawl, and Christmas sweater. Yeah. So that's the knitting, I think. In life, there's not much that has happened the last weeks. It's been fall vacation here in Norway. It's 1 week of vacation for the schools. So the kids have been home. The fall vacation was originally so that kids could help take up the potatoes from the farms. But that's not like that anymore. But the vacation is still on. So fall vacation. They go, is it 5-6 weeks on school? After the summer vacation, it's vacation again. Anyways, it was nice to have the kids home. We just stayed here at home. Didn't do much. I was knitting, enjoying podcasts, and slept in the morning. That's always nice. Yeah. Not much else going on. Next weekend I'm going on a knitting festival in Stavanger. It's a town here in Norway, a little bit west of here, a few hours to drive, and I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of hand dyers are coming there, and knitting related shops, and it's going to be like knitting cafes and stuff like that. So me and a friend are going, and I'm really excited. I'm sure I'm going to use some of my yarn budget, so I probably have a lot to show you next time. I hope you're up for that. So yeah, I don't think it's much else to say, but thank you for watching. I can't believe there are over 200 subscribers to my little channel. I am very grateful. I can't believe that someone wants to watch me talk about my knitting, and yeah. But I'm really thankful for that. Thank you so much. Hey, one more thing. I forgot that last time as well. But I want to recommend a podcast. Yeah. It's the sweet Gabriella of the Merryweather knitting here on YouTube. She's from the States, but she lives in Germany, and it's really nice to watch her podcast. She is like a really warm and gentle person, and she really knits some exciting and beautiful things. And she's knitting the Overwintring sweater that I showed you, that I'm knitting for myself. I think she's knitting it for her daughter. that's exciting. Because it's a Norwegian pattern. Anyways, that's what I wanted to recommend. Gabriella Merryweather knitting. So check her out. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I am. I just wish you all a beautiful week, a beautiful weekend, and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for all the nice comments, and it really warms my heart when you say that my English is good and that you understand what I'm saying, because I'm a little bit self-aware about the English, and I feel like I mess it up, but so it's really kind of you to encourage me and say that my English is good. So thank you so much. Yeah, see you soon. Okay, bye.